Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I love everything to do with beauty, makeup, skincare, and especially over 40 beauty. I like to buy and try things so that you don't have to. So it's that time of year again where I really have to make myself put my sunscreen on again because the sun has actually come back. It has returned to our Seattle skies. I know I should be wearing it throughout the year, but the reality is when you live in an environment like the Seattle area, you just don't get a whole lot of sun exposure. I'm a redhead. I have to be super careful with my skin. I have already had skin cancer. This ear is about an inch smaller than this ear because it's my driver's side ear, and I probably ended up just over the years getting a basal cell carcinoma there, just cumulatively from driving. Here's kind of a PSA for you guys. I thought it was just a little scaly, like it was dry. It was just a little bit scaly, dry skin that every once in a while would bleed if you scratched at it. It was like that for probably 4 or 5 years before I finally was like, you know, this seems odd. What is it? I'm going into the dermatologist anyway. I'm gonna have them look at it. And when they looked at it, they were like, ooh, and they did a biopsy, and it actually ended up being a very extensive basal cell carcinoma. It was more extensive than even they thought. It ended up being a 10-hour surgery one day, and then I think a 6-hour reconstructive surgery the next day. As you can see, this little cartilage part right here, that's because they literally took a big inch by inch chunk out of my ear. It was extremely painful. They had to take the lower part of my ear, the cartilage here, pull it all the way up here, and then sew it. I looked like Frankenstein. The whole experience was one of the most painful things that I've been through, and I've had 3 children. All of this to say, wear your sunscreen if you are being exposed at all. If you are especially someone who is prone to skin cancer, who has very, very fair skin and light hair or light eyes, you're on that list. At the very least, make sure and check yourself out very regularly to make sure that you don't have anything that's growing, anything that's strange, anything that's changing on your body. It can be as innocuous as what looked like dry flaking skin to me. So make sure and get yourself checked out. I grew up down south and then I moved to California. The amount of sun exposure I got as a young person was a lot. I was burned a lot. So I am definitely on that list of people. Everybody tells you that you're supposed to wear sunscreen, but I just didn't take it very seriously until the skin cancer. All of that to say, I have a whole slew of sunscreens, a lot of them sort of K-beauty, J-beauty sunscreens to recommend that really don't feel like that nasty, sticky, old style sunscreen that would keep you from wearing sunscreen daily on your face. Some of them have a little bit of a scent, but they don't smell bad. There is a particular sunscreen smell that makes me want to vomit. I cannot stand that smell, and especially not on my face because it doesn't go away. It lingers all day. Whatever that is, that's a no for me, and it's not in any of these products. Some of these have no scent. A lot of them have a very light, pleasant scent that goes away. I cannot stand smells that just linger, especially on your face. I don't have any of these that cause stinging in my eyes. I have never actually had that problem, so it could be that I'm just not sensitive to that, but I can definitely say that none of the ones I'm going to recommend cause stinging, at least in my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and try them all on so that you can see what the finish is. And then I'm going to use my e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer to bring down some of the shine. If you do some foundation and then you powder, you're going to end up with a finish like this. You can get that shine to go completely away if you like, but all of them have that beautiful glow if you want to keep it, depending on what kind of makeup you put on top of it. The other thing is that all of these work great, not only under makeup, but over my moisturizers, my serums. I do a copper peptide serum in the morning, and then I do a vitamin C serum, and then I do a moisturizer. So I at least have those 3 at minimum underneath all of these sunscreens. Not one of them has ever pilled on me. Most of them really perform like primers. All right, enough talk, let's get into it. I'm just going to go ahead and show you one after another, and you can decide which ones really appeal to you when you see what the finish looks like. And then I will go ahead and tell you which ones are my favorites. Okay, let's start with the Etude Sun Prize Mild Airy Finish SPF 50 Plus PA+++++. I got this off of Amazon, very reasonable price. Typical Korean style sunscreen. Very, very light, very beautiful. Has a very light smell. It smells fresh. And for this first one, I am going to show you how I apply my e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. It is blurring, and you can kind of see right when I put it on how that works, but it's still hydrating, which is wonderful, especially with dry skin that I have right now. Here's what you can expect as your finish that you're going to end up when you use these two products together under your makeup. So next we have another one from Etude. This is their Face Blur Smoothing SPF 33 PA++. So it doesn't have quite as much protection, but it does supposedly do a little bit of blurring, and it has a little bit of a tint. I did not find that it really performed that way. It still is very beautiful underneath makeup. I think it has a beautiful finish, and it has a very light floral scent. Next, we have the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Hyaluronic Water Fit Sun Serum SPF 50 Plus PA+++++. So really, really good protection. This one has no scent and is very, very moisturizing. I'm a sucker for anything that says it has centella in it because I always have irritated skin. Here's what it looks like with the e.l.f. Blur Primer. I think it looks great. It's another good one. Okay, next we have Tokobo Bio Watery Sun Cream SPF 50 Plus PA+++++. Again, very high protection. This one, I really liked the addition of hyaluronic acid. I'm always looking for something moisturizing. This one, because of that, is a little on the extra glowy side, as you can see, but you know, you can get it down with the primer from e.l.f. Very slight floral scent on this one. Next, we have Jumiso's Awesome Airy Fit Sunscreen SPF 50 Plus PA+++++. Again, good coverage. This truly does not have any scent as advertised, and it pretty much has the same finish as a lot of them, although it is on the even more glowy side. Whew, yeah, that's a bit much for me. Well, e.l.f. primer to the rescue. This one is the Lord help me, I can't say that. Pure Block Daily Sun Cream SPF 45 PA++++. So not quite as much protection. This one is very glowy, has a slight, almost citrus astringent scent to it, but it doesn't linger. It does go away. And also you can get some of that shininess down with your e.l.f. primer. And this one is also by Etude, but it is the Aqua Sun Gel. It is SPF 50 Plus PA++++. So it's got a little more protection, but I didn't find this to be all that much different than the original one. Other than it is a lot more glowy, which is a bit much for me. It has the same scent, slight citrus scent, doesn't linger, goes away. And again, that e.l.f. primer really helps bring the shine down. Next we have the Make Prem UV Defense Me Daily Sun Essence. It's SPF 50 Plus PA+++++, so very good protection. And this one advertises itself as for sensitive acne-prone skin. I cannot prove it, but I swear this one makes me break out just a little bit, and I'm on Accutane, so that's my only knock against it. Otherwise, it has this lovely light floral sweet scent that goes away, and it feels great on the skin. Next we have the Innisfree Daily Defense Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 36, so not quite as good protection. This one has the very lightest scent of that sunscreen smell, but it does go away. This one is not my first choice, especially when there's other good ones, but it is one that is highly available. So there you go. An oldie but a goodie, Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 30. So lower sun protection, but I've used this for years and I've never gotten a burn with it. And this one feels like skincare and makeup in one. I really, really like this. It starts out very glowy, but you can really tone it down and then it just makes a beautiful glow under makeup. And no scent. I really love this one. And here's one really common one you can find just about anywhere. It's the Banana Boat Light as Air Face UVA UVAB Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Plus weightless protection. This is a really nice one. Angie Houghton Flashy recommended this as her body sunscreen, and that's pretty much how I use it. It has a light, pleasant scent. It's actually great on the face too. It's a good one. This Trader Joe's sunscreen was popular last year because it is a dupe for the Unseen sunscreen, which I would definitely agree with. It's just less expensive. It has that silicone gel finish, no scent. It works really well. It has a nice finish underneath makeup. I still need a little bit of blurring and toning down, but it's another really good one, especially for pore filling. Next, we have the Eucerin Oil Control Dry Touch Sun Gel Cream. 50 plus on the SPF, so good protection. It is not a gel. It is just a standard cream, and I would say that it is good for both oily and dry skin. As you can see, the e.l.f. primer took away almost all of the shininess on this one. And finally, we have the Murad Oil and Pore Control Mattifier Broad Spectrum SPF 45 PA+++++. So pretty good protection here. This one definitely does give you a more matte finish, especially once it sinks in and you put the e.l.f. blurring primer on. And this has a light citrus scent. So if I had to pick two that are my absolute favorites, this is a brand new one to me. And this is one that I've had for years. Both of these make your makeup look better, not worse. Neither has a nasty scent. This one's got just a little bit of color to it, but it's actually my color. Usually tinted sunscreens are brown and, you know, makes sense. This one is nice and light and I can use it. And I just like the creamy finish that it leaves on your skin. And especially for somebody like me who is naturally just red, you can see it in the video, right? I touch my skin and I'm just red. Something like this that is on the lighter side helps calm that color down a little bit. This one looks beautiful under makeup, doesn't have a smell, really gives you a beautiful glow. I mean, I love Paula's Choice products. They're just really, really good. So highly recommend this one if you're going to try one, but this is a little more on the expensive side. If you want something that is a little less expensive, this is a brand new one that I have been wearing nonstop since I got it. Sun Prize by Etude. This has got an even higher SPF, so that's pretty good. And it just leaves you with this very beautiful finish underneath makeup. It smells very lightly scented, it smells good, and then it dissipates. This just leaves this really refined, beautiful sheen underneath makeup that doesn't catch in pores. I think that's really what it is. It does not catch in your pores. It either sinks in or sits on them. It has not, it's not exactly a blurring effect because that's not really what it does, but underneath makeup, this works as a really, really pretty primer. It's got great sun protection. It doesn't bother my eyes, doesn't stink. I really, really like the finish on this one. These days, this is probably my #1 pick, but I still really like the Paula's Choice too. Okay, I know that was a lot. Hopefully you saw some in there that you want to try. Most of these are available on Amazon or at Walmart or Target. They're very, very affordable. There's a couple in there that are not as affordable, but you can decide whether you like the finish on those or not. My hope is that you can see that you don't need to be afraid of that goopy, nasty sunscreen. I don't like the way traditional sunscreen feels on my skin. These all are like skincare. These all are like putting a primer on underneath my makeup. I actually enjoy putting these on as a first step before my makeup. I think they make my makeup set better, look better. They give me that little diffuse glow, you know, if I don't powder down too much. And they protect me. That's the most important thing. My hope is that if you've been on the fence about it and you're like, I really don't like sunscreen, I don't really want to wear it, that this encourages you to give it a try. And you might find that you actually really like wearing it underneath your makeup, especially if you like that sort of youthful, glowy look. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions and what maybe your favorite sunscreens that you like to wear are. I'm always looking to try new ones. Like, I don't have enough already, but I don't know, maybe the perfect one is out there. These are all really, really good options. If If you like this kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe so that you will get notified every time I put up a new video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful day and weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again.